Don't forget that your BIM is not merely a 3D model. Schedules are a good way to look at the values of parameters. The room elements have so many parameters that schedules are particularly good for managing them. So here we have the hotel with a room schedule. And we can see that we've got the room number, the room name, the room area, the function of space, the interior finishes, the override factors, the results, the room type, the special use, and whether we use this object at all. So there are some rooms that we wouldn't include in the building code calculations. So, for instance, an elevator is a moving room, and you might draw an elevator as a room object, but you're not going to use it to calculate egress or various aspects of the building code. Now, very similar to what we've already looked at, there's a room template. I've created a room template for the room schedule, and I can look at the values that are set for that, and you see that the available fields for room objects are listed here, and the ones that I'm using in my schedule are listed over here. So I simply move them back and forth to include them or exclude them from the room schedule, and I can move them up and down to get just the look that I want. Now, I can edit these in here. So for instance, if I wanted to change the fire stairs to be a Class B rating, I can just type that in, and I've changed it to be a Class B rating. I can change these not configured ones, which should be configured. You'll see I've got an elevator here, and I should probably uncheck the elevators, make them not used. And this elevator, I could make it residential, but it's not used, so it's probably not going to show up as anything. These other ones need to be residential, so I can change them to residential. So the schedules are very powerful for editing parameters of these objects. So I've got a not placed stair also, and I could simply delete those. I'm not going to do it right now. Now, just to kind of show another aspect of the schedules is that the schedules are dynamically linked to the floor plan. So if I click on a object in the schedule, it highlights it in the floor plan for me. So I can use that as a very powerful way of editing things properly, making sure I get the right values in the right parameters on the right room objects. Now, another interesting use of schedules is to compile a list of issues that need to be attended, that need attention. So, so on my roof objects here, I've got a roof schedule, and there's only 2 roofs, but both of them failed, and it tells me how they failed and which section of the code they failed in. So I could use the schedules to compile a punch list to hand off to a colleague or someone else to work through and fix all the aspects of the building that are in violation of the code. A final thing to realize is that using the mark value for naming everything, so this is the machine room roof, and this is the main roof. Just makes it easier to find those objects and know what I'm talking about.